So Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 3. Kenny, that was one of the most routine, comfortable walks in the park on a Sunday evening you will ever see in your life. What did you make of the game, man?
Well, we were in Sheffield. Like they make steel in Sheffield. They all say Yorkshiremen have grit, but the only steel and grit was shown by the Londoners, the Southern Softies. And I just want to thank Paul Higginbottom for his approach today and the tactics as well. Thanks very much for trying to play out the back and trying to play passing football and try and play attractive football. That's the way. That's how we thrive today, because it was Paul Higginbottom's tactics and we took advantage. Another thing as well, what I like today is that we had this sort of situation where we didn't lose to Sheffield United. I think when you play teams like Sheffield United, when they're bottom of the table and losing to everyone, I think teams raise their game because they didn't lose against them. And I think today, and I say this with great respect for people from Sheffield, because I know like people at Sheffield are having a bad time because I know United are doing badly. I know Wednesday are doing badly in the championship as well. And I just think we didn't lose today, and players stepped up because one, Sheffield United left their back door open, and and we helped ourselves to China, and also they left it on a plate, and we took advantage. And I thought today, I was very happy with a few players. Once Ceballos was freed from his midfield duties and played, further up and near the attackers, Martinelli and Lacazette. That's when he plays football. That's what he bought him for. You know what I mean? To make his little passes, do his little flicks, and he was involved in the goal. Beautiful play, and a good finish by Lacazette. You know what I mean? There was one time Lacazette annoyed me when Chambers put that beautiful cross in. He wasn't the end of it, but apart from that, he held the ball up beautifully. He linked up well, and his finishing today was fantastic for both his goals. Very, very pleased with him.
Yeah, the second goal especially. The first goal, the first touch, was superb. That made But the second goal, he done the keeper with the eyes. Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, it's like, why didn't you do that on Thursday?
Well, the thing about it is that Lacazette is very much of an enigma. I mean, he was scoring goals for fun when he was playing for Lyon, and we just thought we were signing a striker. And one of the things that I wanted Lacazette to do is I wanted him to make me forget about players like Walcott and Giroud. I didn't want a situation where fans would be lamenting Giroud, a player that they lambasted for a long time, and Walcott thinking, oh, he's never good enough. And I think a lot of that's to do with Lacazette. Obviously, there's been injuries as well. But it's just such a shame that Lacazette doesn't do this consistently, because he has everything in place to be a top striker, not just for Arsenal, but for his country as well. I don't get it.
No, I think I'll make you right there, Kenny. Listen, you've mentioned Danny Ceballos. That was one of his best games in an Arsenal shirt tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah. Me personally, I gave Lacazette man of the match, but we're going to do player ratings later.
We'll do that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Gabriel Martinelli started the game. First time he started. He's alive. He's alive and well. Yeah. He started, and I thought he was absolutely superb. Like from the first whistle, the energy that kid brought, he could drop his shoulder and go right. Yeah, but if you show him down the channel, he can cut in and go on his left, and he can go in on his right. He worked his nuts off, and you know what? He fully deserved his goal tonight. Yeah, and I'm so glad for the kid, because he's put on a pedestal with our fans, because we've seen what he can do under Unai Emery. Yeah, and we've seen certain games under Mikel Arteta what he can do. And we just want to see more of him. And I'm so glad that he got a start tonight and he scored. What did you make of him tonight?
I thought he was very effervescent, and he brought energy to our front line. You know what I mean? Finally, Lacazette thinks, right, I can hold the ball up. I can come out of the, like I said, my centre-half's territory, and I can start playing this false number 9, even the number 10, the Peter Beardsley role, because I know that if I have my back to goal, and I hold the ball up, I know that Martinelli's going to run past me. Because Martinelli's doing it, encourages Saka to do it as well. You know what I mean? And I think what's happened, Saka can release the ball a bit quicker because he knows Martinelli's going to be in the end of it. And he gave us a bit of energy. I thought he was a bit greedy and a bit selfish certain times when he had that shot which hit the side net, and I thought he could have crossed it. But that's what you want from your striker. You want your strikers to be a bit greedy. And also another thing as well I liked about Martinelli as well is that he showed a bit of grit as well. He got a bit of a knock. You know, he didn't want to come off. He carried on, and and because he carried on, showed a bit of bravery. He scored. He's got, obviously there was a bigger problem with Saka, but it showed a bit of testicular fortitude for him to stay on, and make sure he's in the right place to get the goal. So I was very pleased.
I was going to mention Saka. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, mate. I was going to mention Saka. He was heavily strapped up with an ice pack on his right thigh. Yeah. And I said this on the watch along with Ola, that he pulled out of the England squad with an injury. He was then rested or not played for the injury. He weren't 100% in the game against Slavia Prague. And then obviously he's then played tonight. Do you think that was a mistake, or do you just think that obviously they got all the data, they've got the top, they've got all the top medical staff at these football clubs nowadays. Do you think that obviously the charts would show that he was fit, but I can't see him making it for Thursday? That looked like he'd done his thigh. He's done a thigh strain.
Well, I think if you look again and look at the replay, Bukayo, he actually collided with Brewster. So Brewster, gave him a bit of dead leg. So hopefully it's a dead leg and it's a precautionary. But the situation is that at the moment, because of the way Arteta was playing, where there isn't an identified way of playing, and he's not playing like West Ham and Tuchel and Chelsea, where they have a clear player style and players stick to it and they keep it simple. There's too much of a reliance on Saka. Because of the way we approach, he feels that without Saka, there's no energy. There's no player who's going to get beyond the back four of the opposition, or work the full back or put crosses in and actually make runs to the box, which can mix defenders. He's not the sort of person who could do that. Pepe can do that, but what Pepe does is that he's the sort of person who plays like he's a street footballer. He'll just stop and then go. Yeah. But Saka just goes. You know what I mean? He goes, and that scares the life out of defenders. You know what I mean? And I think that's where, sadly, our £72 million player is not trusted by the manager, as opposed to a youngster who has complete trust in from Mikel, and that's why Saka's going to play all these games. It's a game. Another thing as well, we spoke about it yesterday. We spoke about it on Friday as well. We didn't lose this game. Morale is so low at the football club, and at the moment, Saka is going to be playing a lot of games because you've got a situation where Thursday he's going to play on one leg because the way we're playing, we can't open up teams, and we need some direct and who can get in the box. And then if it goes all pear shaped and we're trying to play for morale from Fulham onwards, then Saka's going to be playing a lot of games, which is not going to be good for his England prospects. But really and truly, Mikel, and I say this with the most sincerity, the only players that he trusts are the youngsters because they obey him. And Saka's one of those players.
Very quickly, just on Thursday, obviously it is the biggest game of our season. They've just won their derby tonight as well. They won 2-0 against Sparta Prague. They're 17 points clear of them in the table. They're unbeaten in 39 games. They're on an invincible season. Will we go through, Kenny? Let's leave it on a high. Will we beat them?
Look, I've said it. I've spoke to Terry, Diesel and Glenn, and I'm going to say it to you. We score the other day. We have to score 2 goals. Simple. If we score 2 goals, then we will create panic and nervousness because 2-2, we get a 2-2, we're through because we got more away goals. So it's all about getting away goals. As many get 2 away goals, then they have to score 3. And I think they're going to find it very difficult. And the good thing for optimism as well, we created a lot of chances last week. So did they, but we know we can open them up. So we have to be in a situation where whatever chances we get, we've got to take. But we have to take them by surprise. They are going to be the ones who are going to want to be on the front foot. Let's just take the initiative away from them and scare them and create panic. Score an early goal. Watch them panic and let them be the ones with the ascendancy. If we play with a high tempo and put our chances away, score 2 goals, they're going to find it very difficult to get in the quarters. They're the ones who are the favourites, but we can turn it around. But everyone has to be singing from the same hymn sheet. And the manager has to have clear instructions. No confusing the players. Just keep it simple And like I said, and play players to their strengths. Forget about trying to, have a tactical, how to say, formation that's going to shock the world and impress the manager. All right, this is on you, Mikel. Keep it simple, because I'll tell you one thing, right? You will pay if we don't get in the semi-finals. You'll be the one who'll be taking most of the cane, because you are ultimately responsible for this. So remember, you've got a lifeline, Mikel, and it's on you, son.
100%. Listen, Kenny, we're going to do player ratings a little bit later. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.